Hello everyone, this is Sophia again. Welcome to module 11.3. So this is the third subsection of module 11 on qualitative data management and analysis from Introduction to Nursing Research online course. So first we look at the objectives. The objectives are continually the same for this module. Describe the approaches qualitative researchers take to manage and organize data, engage in the process of analyzing qualitative research data, and discuss relevant challenges and consideration. So in terms of approaches to qualitative data analysis, there are different approaches. I have listed 5 here, but I will talk about and we will learn in detail the 2 main approaches, which is content analysis and thematic analysis. While for the rest of 3 approaches, which is narrative analysis, discourse analysis, and grounded theory analysis, we will learn what are these and what exactly their focus is. So for narrative analysis, it is a method which a researcher used to interpret research participant stories. So this method is used in a narrative inquiry or a narrative research. And the purpose of narrative research is to collect participants' detailed stories. So for using narrative analysis is to interpret those stories, and could be participant stories, their testimonials, case studies, interviews, or maybe it can be applied to other text or visual data as well. For the discourse analysis, so discourse means try to understand the relationship between the information and its context. So because the discourse means a particular information, why a particular information exists in a particular context, or to see on how audience think, like how participants think of a topic and why they feel the way they do about it. So studying or exploring people's participants' perspectives within their context and why they behave like that is called discourse analysis. So examining participants' perspectives and experiences and viewing those experiences within their context is called discourse analysis method. For the grounded theory, as we discussed when we learned about different designs of qualitative research, so we learn about in grounded theory, the ultimate purpose or the aim of doing research is to build a theory or a theoretical framework. So the analysis method will work as in the same way. So the purpose of using grounded theory analysis is to develop theories by examining real world data or based on the participants' experiences or perspectives or whatever they have shared. So if the purpose is to develop a theory from that data, is called grounded theory analysis. These were some of the approaches that we use for qualitative data analysis. So in this module, in 11.3, I'll discuss in detail the content analysis, while we still have left with one more subsection for this module. And in that module, later I'll explain thematic analysis. So for content analysis, it is a method of doing qualitative data analysis that examine and quantify. So 2 main important concept for content analysis is that the researcher examine and then quantify. So quantify mean looking at the frequency or the number of times a word is being used, is being said by the participants. You can the researcher can examine and quantify certain words, certain concept in the text, image, video, or audio messages. So, and the second purpose of doing quantitative content analysis is to look at the patterns or the relationship in communication and uncover the differences. So how a same thing is being said by an individual versus is the same thing is said by a group communication trend. So the researcher try to understand the differences in those different group settings. And then looking at the connection between those concepts is called content analysis. I'll give you an example. So for example, our researcher is interested to examine and then quantify let's say how many times sexual and reproductive health is being used by adolescents on Facebook page, right? So the method of doing and quantifying and then examining the word of sexual and reproductive health on a Facebook is particularly if age range is given and set by adolescent, will quantify and examining that word is called content analysis. We look at the pros and cons of content analysis. So for the pros, the best and the foremost benefit of doing content analysis is that you do not need to go to the participants to collect data. The data is already somewhere there, so you just have to grab the data. Second, it also gives an in-depth understanding of the content, but you have to make it precise, because there's like I give you an example of how many times people posted word sexual and reproductive health on Facebook. So people can post a very detailed story, but we don't need that much. So we have to make the data precise for analysis purpose. Another benefit, it doesn't require high investment as compared to the original data collection. You need multiple resources for doing the original data collection, so it doesn't need that much resources or investment. For the cons, if we doing manually the content analysis, it is incredibly time consuming. It's going to take a lot of researchers' time. The results can be affected by subjective interpretation. So subjective interpretation is always there when we're doing qualitative research or when we're doing qualitative data analysis, because humans' interpretation varies from one individual to another. So that, of course, is there. The process is not effective for complex textual analysis. So if there are multiple concepts, multiple things within the context, within the text that you are looking and analyzing and examining, the process might be not that effective. So you might have to look for another approach or another method for data analysis. So this was all about content analysis as a detailed method. These were the references that I've used to make this presentation. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have any question or concern, do let us know, and bye for now.